we're going to hit some reviews. We've got some thoughts. I've given you a dabble. And we've kind of changed the format of how these reviews work. So we have Jared's thoughts, my thoughts, what we both agree on, and we have a new little section called Ren's Stress Meter.
Ren's stress meter. It's not for everything. It's just when you know, when we go into something like an Evil Dead Rise, or like we're going to talk about House of the Dragon season 3 here in a little bit. Like, it's a fun metric to gauge, I guess, a casual viewer of something that's a little bit more intense.
Exactly. You have the Odyssey 2026, premiered in theaters July 17th, starring Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, Charlize Theron, Lupita Nyong'o, Samantha Morton, John Bernthal, John Leguizamo, Elliot Page, and Mia Goth. I was really hitting all those names. John, you got me. Written and directed by Christopher Nolan.
After years of war, no one could stand between my men and home.
The Odyssey, which, I mean...
Did I call that the Oppenheimer at any point?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
I think you just might have mentioned Oppenheimer.
Okay, cool.
Well, first, you all know Homer's epic, The Odyssey. It's, I feel like, required reading for most high schools across the United States.
You're maybe not in the southern
Okay,
states.
maybe not. I know it was a huge focus for us. I think either my 8th grade year or my freshman year was reading the Odyssey and really learning about the Iliad and about, who is and who isn't Homer, and like that whole thing, that whole subsect of it, and where did the story come from, and what is it about? And it really is a redemption story. It's really about a man trying to go home.
God, do I want to go home.
Like, it is all about, how do I get from point A, where I'm at now, which is death and destruction, to my family. And I think that's something that Chris Nolan does really well. It kind of like is almost a through line. I know you don't agree. You don't like Christopher Nolan. That's okay. We can get into that a little bit more later. I think this movie is probably his best work in terms of scale, spectacle, and also heart. I think it balances those pretty well. I would say that probably, like, just as a complete package.
Okay.
I think for me, Interstellar is still a little bit more emotional, and it has a little bit more emotional weight to it. But you can't deny the scale and the size of this film, and the practicality and the technicality of Nolan's filmmaking. One of the things that impressed me so much about it, there's all this stupid controversy around the casting, and having Lupita in there, having Elliot in there.
Grow up.
The language thing was huge for people too, Oh, they're not speaking Greek, yada, yada, yada. They have normal American accents. Like, this whole thing has been modernized, right? I, after probably about 10 minutes, stopped caring about that and was just invested in what was in front of me on screen, because it does take probably about 20 minutes for it to click and for you to be there. But by the time we get to the Cyclops, and by the time we get to some of the other set pieces, it's like, okay, like, I'm fully invested. If you're a person who's worried about, whether or not, the language barrier, the casting, like, if you're worried that any of that's going to get ruined for you, I would say it's probably not. My one concern with this movie going into it was Matt Damon as Odysseus.
No. Facts.
The trailers made it seem like he was kind of weak and feeble a little bit, and it turns out in the movie he completely encompasses that character, and I believe he's going to probably get nominated for his performance here, and he should.
No, truly, it was his career-defining performance, to be honest. for me personally, and everything that I've seen Matt Damon in. I've never really taken him seriously as like he's been a good actor, but he hasn't been great. I haven't.
You didn't like Good Will Hunting?
It was fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like Robin Williams was in it. If you act bad next to Robin Williams, then like you get out of here.
Embarrassed.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, in his older age is kind of like my sentiment is like as he's progressed, he's kind of done these like different roles that just haven't hit for me. They haven't like solidified. Honestly, it felt like he lost it. He lost it.
You didn't watch The Martian with Ridley Scott.
No, I did not.
He had a pretty good performance in The Martian too.
Yeah.
But he certainly earns, the respect via his performance in this movie. And what we're with Odysseus 85-90% of the movie.
Yeah.
So all of you freaking out about the casting and everything else, like,
Oh, suck my dick.
yeah, literally, like I don't know what to tell people. Like, don't go see it then.
Great thing for everyone that's complaining about the casting and they're like, it's not historically accurate. This actually didn't happen. How's that?
How's that?
How is that this is a fictional story? Yeah, how is that?
How's that?
How's that?
Great. Can we move on? Also, if we look at where geographically this quote unquote would have taken place, none of these people would have been white. Anyways, how's that? How's that?
I think The Odyssey is a banger of a movie. I think you can't beat the size and scale, and again the epic adventure that you're taking on. Chris Nolan has a way to really like drive home the point of how effective practical effects are. You see it in some of the behind the scenes work and things that have come out since the movie released. But I think overall there were probably a couple of moments that took me out a little bit. I think Charlize Theron was one who I couldn't see anyone but Charlize Theron. I don't know about you. I thought she did good, but like Charlize Theron. How do you feel?
And I'm going to say this one time, and then you will only ever hear me say this one time. It is and will be the only banger Christopher Nolan will ever make in his career.
That's just so
For
crazy.
me.
Wait, we were talking about Inception the other day, and you also think Inception's a good movie, but would you classify it as a banger?
No.
That's wild.
Um,
Oppie?
Not a banger.
See, and this is the thing with Oppenheimer. It's a really well-made movie. Really fantastic performances. Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, all of them.
Movie.
But I don't think that I would go back to watch Oppenheimer regularly. And I think The Odyssey is a movie that I probably would put on at least a few more times.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, I won't watch Inception again because, like, honestly, like, it's just not for me. And that's just my thing. Okay, as we wrap this up, who is your MVP? Could not replace, made the movie.
Honestly, for me,
Yep.
and this is going to be controversial, I think.
Okay.
I think it's between Matt Damon and Zendaya.
Absolutely.
Possibly John Leguizamo, because he's incredible. The old man.
Thank you. I was like, who is that?
He was in. You've probably seen him in John Wick.
Ah.
Yeah.
Bop, bop, bop.
No, he's a fantastic actor. I also think Hamish Patel did really good. Is Odysseus' right hand.
Yes.
And he's the one that trusts him almost blindly, but starts to kind of get a little suspicious of Odysseus' actions and
You're being sus as
his
hell.
play calling. And I think he does a really good job at grounding the audience in like that skepticism that he has.
Yep.
Because, in any other like conventional movie, it would be like, no, I'm 100% on, even if you know the story, I'm 100% on Odysseus' side. I think even when you do know the story, like in this movie, like he plays that skepticism so well that you're like, yeah, I see where you're coming from though. Like, because this guy's kind of off his rocker.
No, absolutely.
Who's your MVP?
To no surprise to anyone, low-key Tom Holland.
This is probably the most controversial opinion that you have on this movie. This is not the general consensus.
I know.
So you know.
I know. I see the Tom Holland hate all the time. Y'all can eat that up. Tom Holland, truthfully, had one of his best performances. Just absolutely incredible. Drove the story along. Had this. I couldn't have casted it better myself. I couldn't have casted it better myself, truthfully. Him and Anne Hathaway were the only people on that cast that I was like, yup, absolutely.
Anne
I'm
Hathaway,
ready.
by the way,
Oh, bro.
absolutely just stunning. Like her performance is a revolution, and I think that she likely will be nominated
She should
alongside
be.
Matt Damon, and I think those might be your two like acting noms that come out of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so well earned, her performance, by the time you get to the end of the movie in the third act. Like,
Yeah.
you feel her rage and her despair all at once.
No, absolutely.
And
It's incredible.
And poor Tom Holland has to go up against that and like
No.
and be like working the scene with her.
But
And
the great thing with that character, and this will be my last little bit, but like with that character, he lives in this naivety. He lives in this like, I am a man now, I'm coming of age, and this is the expectation for me. And Penelope, Anne Hathaway's character, lives in the reality of like, you are nowhere close to near what it takes to be a man.
Yeah.
In Ithaca, in the reality that we live in, you have been shielded for so long of your life, and you, as well versed as you are, you do not have the hope that Penelope had when she had him, was that Odysseus would have made him the man that he needed to be. And you unfortunately did not have Odysseus raising you.
Yeah, that is true. And I think he does play that, like Holland plays that naivety really well.
Yep.
The last thing I'll say, Samantha Morton has been thrown around, Cersei, has been thrown around as the witch, the pig scene. Samantha Morton has been thrown around as a dark horse for the dark horse. See what I did there? A potential best supporting actress nom.
Put your disguises back on.
By the way, that there are a couple of moments in this movie that the last thing I'll say, that Chris Nolan directs like a horror movie, and it's like he's dipping into straight horror. That's one of them. It's an amazing scene, and again, the practicality of filmmaking that goes into doing something like that, you know. And you can get away with a lot of it just by holding really tight close-ups on people.
Exactly.
But it puts you in that space with them.
Exactly.
And it makes you feel claustrophobic, and he does it so well. So I think overall you should go see The Odyssey.